They say podcasts are going to replace books. I don't know about that, but I do think TRS Clips will assist your learning process. What's said about the life of Kalki? According to our scriptures, there is a Kalki Purana,
Yes.
as I've been told by you. So I would love to know, where do you even begin this story?
So Kalki's story comes from various sources. Kalki Puran is a Up-Puran. So, there are major Purans which are more historical, more authentic. And then there are the Up-Purans that are centered around certain deities. And
You mean like future predictions?
some future, some past, but the Up-Purans are more focused in their approach, whereas the other Purans are more expansive in the coverage. And like Vishnupuran, Shiv Puran, they are some of the major 18 Purans. And then there are the Up-Purans that are, again, some count 18, some count more than 18. And Kalki Puran is one of the Up-Purans. But that is not to say that it is less authentic or less believable, because the prediction of Kalki comes from all the major Purans. Whether it is the Padma Puran, the Matsya Puran, there's, I think in the Shiv Puran also, Bhagavad Puran definitely, Vishnu Puran definitely, they mention the coming of Kalki. And they also sort of give us a background of how things would be, of the Kali age, of how Kali Yuga is going to be. And it's very much in line with what we see around, It's small things like, just a person who has a lot of property would be considered respectful. Right? It's not because of the knowledge he possesses, it's because of the money that he possesses. Kings would tax people so much that they would have to leave their belongings and go and live in forests and caves, So we are coming to that stage slowly that, people are getting fed up of, the life in cities, because of the cost or expenditure, which is involved. And when we talk about taxes, we just think of income tax, right? That's not it. The indirect taxes, they take away so much of your income or your, kitty that you have. So there is things like, only consent between a boy and girl would be enough for a marriage, which is what happens, right, today. And it was actually one of the aspects of, one of the ways to get married, Gandharva Vivaha in ancient India. But that was a rarity.
I didn't get this point.
So they say that in Kali Yuga, this will be the way things would happen.
No, the consent.
Yeah, so a consent between a boy and girl is enough for getting married.
Versus what?
Versus the consent of families.
Oh, okay.
Right? So
you see? Damn!
So you see that happening. Right?
Whoa, sorry mom, sorry dad.
So which may not be a bad thing per se, but I'm just saying that they are narrating the circumstances that we will be living in. And, and these are the milder things that I'm talking about. If you actually go into the details, it's quite scary that, people would have a life of about 20 to 30 years, Puberty would start happening at 11 years. And you see a lot of that thing, happening already. You see school kids getting into a lot of stuff which they shouldn't, or which...
You're describing my life, Dr. Aggarwal.
So we are in Kali Yuga, yes.
Man, sorry, Kalki Devta. Go on.
But still things are not as bad, right? So the Kalki Puran says that Kalki would appear, and even the other Purans mention that he would appear when there is a complete decimation of religion or godliness in the world. It will be only one Varna of people. So Varna is translated in English into caste, but that is not what it means. It means there'll be only disbelievers. There'll be mostly atheists in the world, when God appears. And one purpose of God appearing again is to establish religion or dharma.
Do you feel there's only atheists in the world?
I think there are a lot of them. But I don't think we've reached that stage yet. And that's why Kalki hasn't arrived yet.
I believe Europe is facing some massive atheism problem, right?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, this is what I've heard in dinner table conversations.
Yes.
Do you know anything about it?
Not in detail, but that's bound to happen because you see, that's how religions evolve. Even in India, if you see, there was a time our grandparents were more religious than us, right? Or more religious than our parents.
Yeah.
Probably I think we are... we are more religious than our parents' generation because we're trying to find out things which they didn't. They never did or they never could.
Maybe also because we spot our parents as traumas.
Probably. And I think we also have a lot more opportunity to do that. With internet being available, with podcasts being available, with books being available and easily accessible, I think it's easier for us.
Which makes me question that 2 out of the 3 boxes are ticked, but I would personally like to believe we're going into a more theist world. Which means that worse times are going to happen after that.
Yes.
But right now we might be headed into better times. At least that's what I like to think.
Let's hope so. But there's a lot happening in the world outside India, right? Which is not very good.
Yeah.
And we're talking just our neighbors. You see what's happening in Sri Lanka. Without getting into the geopolitics of it, we all know what are the reasons. But I have been to Sri Lanka so many times, and it's very, very disappointing for me to see that country, get into ruin and chaos like this.
Because of human greed.
And that's what Kali Yuga is. This is predicted to happen all over the world. And we see it happening in countries across, even in our neighborhood, even across the borders, across geographies, in different parts, different hemispheres, we see that happening, countries attacking each other, and the war has still not ended, right? And there's predictions of something like that happening in the future as well, probably from Asia itself. So a lot of things are very precariously situated right now, We can't say where we are headed. We can't say whether we are headed into good times or bad times. But Kalki is going to appear when the times are really bad.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the entire episode and also check out this playlist that we've curated just for you.